Will the concept of international law and international governance survive this presidency? And I don't just mean for the United States, I mean for the entire planet. I think something that a lot of critics of the United States overlook is that the United States was instrumental in creating the idea of global governance. The League of Nations, international law, a World Bank, the United Nations. These are all things that were spearheaded by the United States. And they are objectively good. And I would take it as proof the fact that so many countries that are considered adversaries of the United States recognize these bodies as legitimate. There is a lot of criticism you could give to these bodies, that they are Western dominated, that they are fundamentally unfair, that the US controls them to a certain extent. Those critiques are completely warranted. However, they would not exist at all if it weren't for the United States. The actual institution of something supranational, not just the idea, but the actual institutions that form global governance, were founded by the United States. Now, does that mean that the world owes the US some sort of debt? No. Does that mean those institutions are perfect? No. But is there an effective replacement for them? No. Is American leadership in these institutions important, or can they carry on without the US? Unclear. I think a lot of critics of US foreign policy, particularly leftists, would argue that the world would do just fine, if not better, without the United States in these institutions. Right-wing, more hawkish, conservative Americans would definitely argue that the whole world will collapse without America having a strong role in these institutions. There is a political theory called hegemonic stability theory that posits that if the United States were to withdraw and become isolationist again, which it never really was, but I guess you could say become more isolationist than it currently is, that subsequently the world will collapse into a series of wars over territory, resources, borders, etc. This is very popular amongst conservative thinkers in the US, but also liberal thinkers as well, that the US gives the world a certain amount of order and structure that will dissipate if American power dissipates, and the world will descend into anarchy. Others argue that if the US withdraws, other powers that are ambitious will just start to replace us, aka China.